who's the best game show host of all time? Of course, we got Trebek, Pat Sajak, Wheel of Fortune, Bob Barker, longtime Price is Right, Richard Dawson, Family Feud for a long time. He used to awkwardly. I mean, can you imagine Richard Dawson today, like kissing all the women on the lips?
Yeah, different time.
Different times.
Yeah.
And Monty Hall, which you guys added. Can you explain how many different ones Monty Hall did?
Monty Hall did Let's Make a Deal Forever.
Okay.
He also did a little bit of Password, although Alan Ludden is most associated with Password. You're getting into my wheelhouse here, and it's very personal to me. Okay? It's very personal to me. All right? I was saying that, you know,
love game shows.
Look, I do, and I love Monty Hall. By the way, one of the greatest Odd Couple episodes of all time was when they went on, Felix and Oscar went on Let's Make a Deal as a horse.
That's
fantastic. Okay? But Monty Hall, I know he's a game show host. I mean, you want to talk game show hosts, you're talking about guys who grind it out. Multiple game shows.
Wait, so then why is Monty Hall on the list?
You know what?
You were out here. You were part of the final decision.
I know, but I was also preparing for the show. I mean, I can't do everything, to use Mike Del Tufo's drop, right?
Can't have everything ready. Exactly.
So, if you know what? I would take him off. And you're going to put in Wink Martindale, all right? Now, Don Bowie, our coordinating producer, is like, people don't know who Wink Martindale is.
I don't think kids know who Monty Hall is.
But Dick Clark was also, Ken Tulo was yelling in my ear right now. By the way, that's not denigrating. You're passionate like me, Ken. Yes, no, it's okay. You can just be passionate all you want. That Dick Clark is not a game show host. Dick Clark is a host who hosted a game show.
America's youngest teenager.
All right?
Oldest teenager.
Dick Clark is not a game show host. That wasn't his only thing. He did American Bandstand. He did a lot of stuff. He's not a game show host. Wink Martindale, he grinded it out with tic-tac-toe and bumper stumpers. Okay? Wink Martindale grinded out a game show career, man.
Okay, so are we putting Wink on there?
I mean, we got to put Wink on there. I mean, the fact that we didn't have Gene Rayburn on there too. I mean, you can't have them all. But Pat Sajak and Alex Trebek is a game. People don't remember he did High Rollers. He did a lot of stuff before he caught on to Jeopardy and dropped everything else. Pat Sajak used to be, if I'm not mistaken, a weatherman here for KNBC.
Yeah,
and he got the gig for Wheel of Fortune, and the rest is history.
He's a one-trick pony.
It's a hell of a trick.
Wow.
I mean, it's a good trick.
But it is one of the great all-time game shows. I guess that's why he's on there. Bob Barker didn't just do Price is Right. He did Truth or Consequences, and there were consequences. All right? I don't want to mess with the poll.
So,
Fine, keep it that way.
Final call.
Keep it that way. Fine, keep it that way. But I am outraged on behalf of Wink Martindale.
Tic-tac-toe.
You're going to write in.
And by the way, I'm putting my thumb on the scale. There's no question who's the greatest game show host of all time. And his name is Bob Barker. Did I tell you that story of meeting Bob Barker? I'll tell you that story real quick. There I am showing right here because Shark After Dark and Shark Week was right next door to the Price is Right set, and I took a selfie of me on that set. One day I was asked by the NFL, would you please go on the Price is Right part of Super Bowl week to promote the Super Bowl on CBS? And I'm like that needs promotion, but fine, I'll go on, but under one condition. The only way I make an appearance on the Price is Right, because it was me and I forget who it was. I think it might have been Willie McGinnis or whatever going on, and we were each giving away a showcase. Under one condition, when I give away that showcase, under one condition, I got to give away a brand new car and say those words exactly, and that's in an email I sent. Total proof of it. And guess what the hell I did?
So you made demands?
Yes. I will do this under one condition. I take this seriously, pal. Susie does not like this whenever I admit it publicly, but it's true. I was born. I was put on planet Earth to give away cash and prizes. Fact.
Wait, no Chuck Woolery?
No.
What are you better than Wink or Monty or whoever these guys are?
No,
Come
no,
on.
he did Love Connection.
Chuck Worley.
I know he did a lot.
Great.
I know he did a lot. I get
Love
it.
Connection.
I think he also did Wheel of Fortune. I think he did High Rollers or something like that. I think he might have done Wheel of Fortune before it went big, and Sajak did it. If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, Wheel of Fortune from 75 to 81.
How about that?
I mean,
how about that?
Rich.
He was the Wally Pip. He was the Wally Pip before Sajak Garrigged him.
Scrabble.
I just said those words, and you understood what I was saying.
I know what you're saying.
I'm so serious. I've gone down a wormhole. I can't even tell. Bob Barker's story is still to come. Susie and I go to an event here in Los Angeles, okay? And it's for dog rescue, for pet rescue, which, as you know, is the way he signed off all the time. Have your pet spayed and help control the pet population. Please have your pet spayed or neutered, and then he'd sign off. The price is right. So we went. And I saw my shot to go speak to him, okay? Because I am such a Price is Right junkie and watched it so often in college that I knew that if Bob Barker standing and welcoming someone out of contestants row did not leave a certain mark on the stage, 99% of the time he's about to give away a brand new car. That's how much I watched the show. So I went up to him and I say to him, Bob, I'm the host of NFL Network. This is about 12 years ago. I mean, the NFL Network, we're only 15 years old now. So 12 years ago, I go up to him and I'm the host of NFL Total Access, and I speak to so many different people. I speak to young and old. I speak to all different race, creed, socioeconomic status. I speak to Hall of Famers. I speak to rookies. I speak to everybody. And the way you treat everybody at contestant row the same way, regardless of anything, the way they're dressed, the way they act, you treat them all the same way, is an inspiration to me and the way I conduct my business. So I want to say to you, Bob, thank you. And he pauses and looks at me and says, do you want to hug it out? And I said, yes. Yes, I do. I do want to hug it out, Bob. And I hugged it out. And Susie took a photograph. I wish I knew where that photograph was. It was in the like a camera with film in it.
Well,
okay, might have been a digital. I have no idea. Yes, I do.
Do you want to hug it out?
Quote unquote. Do you want to hug it out? Says Bob Barker to me. Yeah, Bob, I do want to hug it out. Dick Clark is not a game show host, nor was Regis Philbin. They were broadcasters who did game shows. And I'll tell you, I was so upset years ago, so upset that I did not get to host the 2-Minute Drill on ESPN. ESPN decides to do a game show, and I wanted to host it in the worst way. The reason why I'm bringing it up is Regis Philbin did Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, and that's Michael Davies, who's been on this show now as he's one of the Men in Blazers. Michael Davies was the executive producer of Who Wants to Be a Millionaire in the United States. I mean, Michael Davies has been around a very long time as a very successful producer, but I wanted to host it in the worst way, and I still to this day don't know how Kenny Mayne was chosen. Hosting game shows are like calling sporting events. You have to have that hitch in your voice when something big happens. You have to reach the moment. And game show hosting is the same damn thing. When you're giving away a new car, when somebody is winning money, when somebody wins, it is like you've just called a grand slam home run. You've got to treat it the same way. And Kenny, as we all know, is the type of guy who, for when that big moment happens, will then add, well, we can be hit by a meteor anyway, so what does it matter?
Not knowing one
Big
game.
win.
That would be a record.
And that would be a record or something. Well, games are played inside television sets. That's not a game show host.
He hit it over some fencing they set up
That's not a game show host.
Before the game.
And if you think, and I'm still bitter about it today, you're damn right I'm bitter about it. I was put on planet Earth to give away cash and prizes. Fact.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at noon Eastern on Audience.